South Lake Tahoe police need the public's help finding a registered sex offender who has fallen off the radar. Thank you for joining us here on Good Morning Reno. It is 6 o'clock exactly. I'm Rebecca Kitchen. Dick Stoddard here with me. Thousands of people gathered in Vermont today to pay their respects for Justin Beebe, the firefighter killed while fighting the Strawberry Fire in eastern Nevada earlier this month. Colin Kaepernick is making headlines, but not for his performance on the field. It's because of his choice to sit during the national anthem. A local woman is asking for help tonight after her car was stolen in Sparks. And get this, with her mother's ashes inside. KOLO 8 News Now Sydney Schofield spoke with that woman today. If the school ballot measure passes this November, Washoe County's sales tax will increase. But some items that could be exempt, medical equipment. Now, this is the time of year I was so bad in school because you'd need a jacket in the morning, but then it warmed up. So you wouldn't need it in the afternoon for recess. And I would always leave my jacket at school.
Good point.
Oh, man, my mom was mad at me.
I don't think there's any school tomorrow. What do you think?
No school tomorrow. No. Lucky kids.
Yeah.
While President Obama took the stage at Harvey's Lake Tahoe, dozens of people protested outside against one of his largest trade deals. KOLO 8 News Now's Catherine Van explains why they're against the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Well, over the weekend, 16 people were cited for what Reno police say was an illegal speed race. Jeff Thompson here with a look at your forecast. Now, you and I were talking. I've been hiding out in here all day because it's hot outside.
Hot? You're pulling out the H word. You can't pull out the H word in May.
Hundreds of little kids got to play on some pretty big toys and get their hands dirty today. The annual Big Dig fundraiser is for the American Cancer Society to help raise money for pediatric cancer research. This little guy knows exactly what he's doing. This was actually the first year it was open to the public, and ticket prices helped cover admission costs for kids who are battling cancer. Well, up next on this edition of KOLO 8 News Now, it seems like this year's campaign season is filled with more vitriol than we've ever seen. But history shows us running for president has never been easy. A look back at some of the more nasty moments in presidential history.
I know our viewers know you pretty well by now. They know you are a fall and even winter gal. You're not big on the summer. So she's not too happy with me this afternoon, folks.
No, but I know a lot of you are, so I'm happy for you. And we thank you for joining us on this Memorial Day. You can find all of these updated stories on our web channel, kolotv.com. And David, Amanda, we are all wrapped up in the Reno Street Food Friday. Coming up, we are taking a look at this amazing, family-friendly, delicious event. Good morning, Amanda. Well, if you've headed up the Mount Rose Highway anytime since this project started, you know those delays can be very long and tedious. Fortunately, though, we are about to get a little bit of a reprieve. Good morning, Dave. Well, we have been out here since almost 7 o'clock this morning when it happened. Still a very active scene. Take a look here. Now, we're intentionally keeping this wide because this is a very active SWAT situation now, and they have not cut power to the motel. So per protocol, we don't want to show any live images of a SWAT tactic, but this is a video that we filmed earlier this morning, right when that shooting took place. Now, we're told right before 7 o'clock, a single gunshot was fired in one of the motel rooms here at the Motel 6 on Plum Lane and Virginia Street. One person taken to Renown. We're told he was shot in the leg and is in stable condition at this time. We're not quite sure of the relationship between these two people, but we do know that there has not been another victim, and they are not currently looking for anyone else at this time other than this suspect in the motel room. Now, for traffic purposes, this is going to be a really tricky area for people to navigate for a few hours still. Plum Lane shut down between Lakeside and Virginia Street, so please avoid the area. They are still allowing people to travel on South Virginia Street, but it could get a little tricky, especially with the lunchtime traffic starting to pick up now. So if you normally travel this area, please try to find an alternate route. Stay with KOLO 8 News Now. We'll continue to update you on this standoff situation as it continues to develop. You can find all the latest information on kolotv.com.
KOLO 8 was the first on the scene, and Rebecca Kitchen joins us live with more on what happened. Good morning, Becca.
Good morning, Dave. Well, it's the news we didn't want to have to report, but I did just get off the phone with Reno Fire Battalion Chief Mark Winkleman. He confirmed to me that this young man did die as a result of falling through the ice. It was just after 3:30 this morning. He fell through the ice back here on the northwest corner of Paradise Pond. He was actually submerged for 30 minutes before they were able to pull him out of the water. He was out here with his family and friends early in the morning. No word yet on why they were out here so early this morning or what prompted him to want to go out on the ice, but we did get confirmation that he died as a result of this accident. Now, it is worth noting that exactly a year ago today, a 13-year-old boy also fell through the ice in South Reno and died of his injuries. So again, we cannot stress enough, please do not go out on any icy ponds or any body of water, even if you do think the ice is thick enough. You can see here in Paradise Pond, there's ice in one section, water in another, so this ice is very thin. So please be careful if you are near any sort of water. We want you all to stay safe, and please do not go out on any ice. Reporting live from Paradise Park, Rebecca Kitchen, KOLO 8 News Now. I think I might give it a little try. We'll see. So I'm actually going to try and sit on this bowl here. Can you help me out here?
I most certainly can.
All right.
Let's see if we can get Bob over here to hold your mic.
All right.
Bob will hold your
There you
mic.
go.
Okay, here we go. Don't you want to know the name of him before you get on?
I called him Baby, but you told me that wasn't a good enough name.
Well, how do you get on bull? A bullet could kill you at any moment. Call him Baby.
Oh, okay. Well, what's your name for this amazing creature?
This is Dirty Dancer.
Well, no one puts Baby in a corner, right?
Exactly.
So, all right, here we go. I am on this bull. If you can come check out the rodeo tonight, it's actually Patriot Night. So wear your red, white, and blue. Come at 7. You can see all the main events and, of course, the awesome bulls. Reporting live from the Livestock Event Center, Rebecca Kitchen. KOLO 8 News Now.
And Becca, I think it's time to open the gates. Are you going? Open the gates. Come on. No?
No, I don't think I will. I think I like my life.
Okay,
Yeah.
open the gate.
He says go. All right.
I think you and Dava are.
Jim Carlos is out there. He'll save you.
Pranksters. All right.
right,
Thanks so much, Becca, for that live report.
But right now, Honor Flight Nevada is getting ready at the airport to take its second group of veterans this year to Washington, D.C. to see their war memorials.
KOLO 8 News Now's Rebecca Kitchen joins us live from the airport. And Becca, right now, the veterans are waiting to board the plane, right?
A lot of excitement right now here. We are actually at the gate. They'll be boarding their flight here in about half an hour. But joining me to talk a little bit about the excitement is David and Perry. You both are on your way to Honor Flight. Now, David, you said you've seen the Vietnam Memorial Wall when it's traveled here, but you're actually going to get to see the real one. What's that like?
I'm looking forward to that. I'm probably, I don't know, 50,000 names on there, none of which I know in person, but I'd like to see it and walk around it.
And absolutely staggering to see in person. Now, Perry, one of the amazing things about this flight is you're escorting 2 military personnel back for full military burial. And you said, when you heard the news, what was that like?
It's just amazing. First of all, to go on the flight and then to be able to participate in something like this at Arlington is just unreal. It's amazing.
Yeah, you told me you got chills when you first heard that news.
Still do.
Still do. Yeah, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And we actually have the man behind it all, responsible, John Yespa, here. And you are actually carrying the remains of one of these amazing individuals. Talk to me a little bit about her story.
Well, Stephanie's right behind you. Stephanie was a couple days before she was supposed to go on honor flight, passed away. And Bob didn't want to go on the honor flight until the other veterans went in front of him. So at least both of them will be able to get to go on honor flight with their family.
So really, I'm getting choked up. Absolutely incredible. They'll be receiving full military rights at Arlington National Cemetery this weekend. And special for them, they're going to be escorted by Nevada 1, which is the Southwest plane decked out in the Nevada flag. So absolutely incredible. And you can actually come welcome all of these men back Saturday, which is Armed Forces Day. They'll be landing here at the Reno Tahoe International Airport at 1 o'clock. Coming up in about half an hour, we'll tell you how you can specifically help Honor Flight and help them send even more men and women back to Washington, D.C. Reporting live from the airport, Rebecca Kitchen, KOLO 8 News Now. Good morning, David Manuel. Research has shown that the sooner you get into a therapy program after being diagnosed, the better chance you have to slow down the progression of the Parkinson's disease. But as you can see behind me with smiles and laughter, people have found a new kind of therapy that's really starting to take off, and patients are stepping into the ring to battle the disease. Randy Putzer has been putting on his boxing gloves for a few months now, ever since he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. It may seem like an odd time to pick up the sport, but it's actually part of a new therapy taking off across the country.
Love coming, it's camaraderie. Everybody here has got the same problem, so we all work together.
The program is Rocksteady Boxing. The goal is to help people living with Parkinson's fine-tune their motor skills, and it's working.
There's things I couldn't do, I didn't realize I couldn't do them back then, and I'm doing them now. Movements, leg movements, balance, coordination.
Nina Vogel is a physical therapist who brought the program to Carson City.
I think it gives people a lot of hope. It's not just a support group where we just kind of complain about our problems. It's really fighting back, and that's the whole motto of the program.
She says she sees things like posture, coordination, and balance improve almost right away. But Rocksteady Boxing goes beyond the physical.
Being in a group setting, being in an exercise class, it targets all the non-motor symptoms of Parkinson's, the depression, the apathy. It's a really great balance for everything. You'll hear them in class, they're, yeah, come on, you got it, you're doing great. You know, they cheer each other on.
Vogel says people are often intimidated to join, but the class works with people in all different stages of the disease.
You know, we can adapt anything. Everyone knows if you can't do the jumps, you do some squats. We have all different levels, all different ages, but everybody has the same thing in common and the same goal in mind, and I think that's what makes it cool.
Now, they are working to expand the program into Reno. Right now, it's only in Carson City. So they want to send another trainer to Indianapolis, where the program was created, to get trained. So they are raising some money to help with that. If you'd like to take part in those efforts, you can just head to kolotv.com and click on this story. David, Amanda?
Well, a lot of us are waking up in our warm homes this morning, but there are a lot of people in our area who spend most nights out in this freezing, horrible cold. Well, there's a specific group of police officers who check on our homeless population every day, and KOLO 8 News Now's Rebecca Kitchen went for a ride along with one of the officers and joins us now in the studio to tell us about how they aim to help our homeless population. Good morning, Becca.
Good morning, Amanda. Well, this group is known as Community Action Officers, and their purpose is to help the police department address neighborhood problems, more specifically protecting our homeless population from these bitter cold temperatures.
Morning, guys. Hey. Hello, Reno Police.
This is a typical morning for Officer Jason Stahlkopf. While most people are just waking up, he is driving around downtown looking for homeless camps.
You guys need to get up and go to the overflow.
He is part of the Reno Police Department's Community Action Officers. His job is to check on these camps and the people who live in them.
There's a camp that I wake up every morning. It's usually along the railroad tracks, and every morning I tell them to get up. They can't stay there. The next step that I could do would be take them to jail, but at the same time, I don't know if that would utilize what the purpose of the program is.
The purpose? To get the homeless in our area into overflow shelters. Most people know about the shelter here on 4th Street, but at night, about 45 homeless people can come to this heated warehouse on Timberway and sleep.
It's not like we come in here and just immediately rip them out of their camps and say, hey, go. There's fewer camps because it's cold. A lot more of the overflow is being used. But you still have those couple people that are service resistant that will stay out.
Officer Stahlkopf says there are people like Jerome Austin, the homeless man found dead last week in Whitaker Park, who are service resistant.
He was one of those guys, he took care of himself. He didn't want to be a drain on the city. I mean, he wasn't ever really arrested. He was, maybe very minor offenses. Make sure you're checking on you because it's awful cold down here tonight.
With the cold temperatures, the community action officers are concerned about homeless deaths, and they work hard to get them into the shelters. But the ultimate goal is to help the homeless turn their lives around.
Well, in an ideal world, as long as everybody utilizes the services that are offered and they completed the programs, they honestly could get themselves back on their feet.
Now, they want to help everyone, but it is a difficult battle. Officer Stahlkopf was telling me about a couple who have been together for years, but since they aren't legally married, they don't want to go to the shelters at night because without that marriage, the two will be separated into women's and men's shelters, and they've decided they'd rather be in the cold together than be in the shelter apart. Amanda?